So hello, welcome back. Hope you're all keeping well. So today I thought I'd come out and do a bit of landscape photography. Hope you can hear me over the water. As you can probably guess, I'm at a place called Wyming Brook in the Peak District. So I thought I'd come up here because I thought it would be a bit quieter than the normal places within the Peak District. How wrong was I? The car park is absolutely mobbed. There's people at the top having picnics, and it's not even a nice day. It's on a Tuesday. So I think people are just looking at it as though it's an additional holiday. But I've walked down the path, I walked all the way back down to the bottom of the path, and then I'm just making my way back up. And I've come across this quite a nice composition. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small little cascades going up towards the hill. I'm quite nervous. Maybe nervous isn't the right word, maybe apprehensive is the right word, because it's been so long since I've been out taking any form of landscape photography. Yes, I've been doing wildlife, which is more to do with sort of spray and pray, I suppose it is, especially for me. Just taking birds, foxes, deer, things like that. But whereas today, it's all about sort of taking time, relaxing, hence why I brought you along with me. Hopefully you can calm me down a little bit. Okay, so first composition wise, looking up the hill, as I say, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sort of small little cascades in front of me. But what I do is I'll spin you around now just so you can see actually what the composition is looking up the hill. Okay, so I hope you can see that's looking through on the back of the screen, basically what I'm seeing at the moment. So what I've got is, let me just brighten that up a sec for you. Hopefully that's better. So I've got the rocks on the left-hand side, a big rock on the right-hand side, just holding the frame. The bottom rocks, as you can see, so the bottom rocks come in from the bottom left-hand side. There's the boulder on the right-hand side that sort of stops you from wandering off on the frame. Then obviously the rapids that lead you straight up. There's a couple of trees just sort of bridging either side. And then every so often on the back far tree, we just get a bit of light, so it's just kissing the back tree. So what I'm doing, I'm actually focus stacking. So I'm focusing on these rocks just here. I'm focusing on this rock here, and I'm focusing on the trees in the background as well. And then what I'm doing is I'm taking multiple exposures just for the ambient scene, for when it lights up on the tree at the background, and then obviously for the white water as well. White water, I'm probably shooting about 1/3 of a second, and for the rest of the scene, it's probably about, well, it varies between 1/2 a second and a second, depending when the sun comes through the clouds. Okay, so I've walked about 3/4 of the way up the valley now. Actually forgot how hard it was walking up this valley. And I've come across composition number 2. But before I sort of take it any further, I'm just gonna sit down, have a coffee, chill out for a little bit. I think sometimes we spend far too much time looking for compositions and looking through the viewfinder of a camera screen. I think sometimes we actually forget to sort of sit back, relax, and actually enjoy what's in front of us. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take 10-15 minutes, just chill out, relax, as I say, just enjoy the beauty that's around me. Okay, so all nice and refreshed. Coffee's had, and it's actually really, really nice just to sit here, relax, watch all the birds flying around in and out of the trees. There's blackcaps, there's warblers, there's obviously greenfinch, goldfinches, and I think I actually saw a white-throated dipper down there. See, I'm getting into my birds as well. But this is composition number 2, so I'll just spin you around and I'll show you what I'm looking at in front of me. So this is pretty much the scene that I'm looking at on the back of the screen. Obviously, this is in landscape orientation, but I look at it in portrait. So I've got right at the very back, I've got the sort of the single tree that's just about here, with a sort of water either side of it. Then a couple of little cascades in front of it. Right in front of me, I've got where the water splits left-hand and right-hand side. The left-hand side sort of bends back round and joins onto the right-hand side. And then I've just got these ferns just on the side of the path here. Where are we? Just here. Just sort of helping to frame the outside of the image. So what I've had to do is I'm shooting f11. I've had to increase my shutter speed, my ISO to 160, because I don't really want sort of anything more than a third or a quarter of a second. So as the sun comes out, I'm just playing around with I'm basically leaving my shutter speed the same, I'm leaving my f-stop the same, and then I'm just adjusting my ISO just to shoot the image. I'm shooting about 26 millimeters, I think it is, and then I've just got a bit of a polarizer on there, not for anything else, but just to sort of just bring out some of the vibrant greens that's in the ferns as well. Just makes them pop a little bit more. So we're losing all the lights. But basically I've come back down, I've walked back down the valley to the second bridge. If people are aware, the first bridge got washed away, I think last winter. So I've come back to the second bridge. But obviously I'm having to be very careful when I'm shooting because the bridge is quite springy. But what I'll do is I'll spin you around and I'll show you the composition that I'm looking at, and I'll talk you through the thought process about how I'm going to take the shots. So basically what I've got these few little ferns directly in front of me that are sort of pushing you and leading you into sort of the main little waterfall, which is just there. Then I've got another little cascade of waterfall just behind it. And then if I lift you up, as you can see, you've got the woodland and the sort of dark trees in the background. Some of these rocks, sorry about the wobble, some of these rocks just here I've got in the frame, and some of the rocks here I've got in the frame. Landscape orientation. Again, I'm sort of leaving the shutter speed around a third or a quarter of a second. And then what I'm having to do is f11 and then just change the ISO just to shoot, just a polarizer on the front of it. That's all, don't need any filters down here. I'm shooting around about 17 millimeters. So I've swapped over to the 15 to 30 just to get a bit more of a wider scene on there. So let's take a few shots. Okay, so right on cue, the thunder has started. So it looks like I'm going to get soaked walking back to the car. So I think that's a cue for me to pack up and go home. But from Wyming Brook, thanks for coming along. Thanks for helping me slow down a little bit. As I say, I probably would have been like a bull in the china shop after not shooting any landscape images for, what, 10, 12 weeks or whatever it may be. So I'm actually quite enjoying the sort of mix between landscape and wildlife, so hopefully I can combine the two. But until next time, thanks for coming along. Hope you like the images. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and to the 240 subscribers that I do have, I think you must be crazy, but thank you for your support. It does mean a lot. And until next time, take care and look after yourself. Bye.